You're tuned to AM 1220 KTLV, Midwest City, Oklahoma City.
Views and opinions expressed on this program or the products endorsed on this program are not necessarily those of KTLV Radio.
Good morning, Oklahoma City, and welcome to the Clara Luper Show. In a moment, your host, Sister Clara Luper.
Come on, Jesus. Come on, Jesus. Oh, Lord. Oh, Lord. Father,
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and a happy good morning to you wherever you are. This is the last program in the month of February. February is Black History Month. Over 6 decades ago, Dr. Carter G. Woodson, one of Harvard's first black graduates, founded the Association of Negro Life and Study. In 1926, the association initiated Negro History Week to commemorate the birthdays of Abraham Lincoln and Frederick Douglass. Yes, this is February. And during the month of February all over this country, we celebrate Black History Month. And I would like to congratulate those of you, wherever you are, that have celebrated Black History Month. I would like to thank those of you that have given me the opportunity to share my views with you during this historic month. I would like to thank my sisters of Lambda Alpha sorority, of Zeta Phi Beta sorority of Langston University, historic month. I would like to thank my sisters of Lambda Alpha sorority, of Zeta Phi Beta sorority of Langston University, for giving me the opportunity to share moments with you last week during your Black History celebration. I would like to thank you for your gifts. I would like to thank you for your kind words. And most of all, I would like to thank you for your dedication to the principles of Zeta. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Today's program is very important, and I'm going to give you some directions of what I want you to do during this day. Since this is our last day of celebration, and since we come here today with memories of a celebration, on last Sunday at 4 o'clock p.m., 3:30 or 4, 5th Street to Missionary Baptist Church celebrated Songs of Our People. The voice of Deacon Bird as he led Guide Me, O Thy Great Jehovah. The prayer of thanksgiving by Reverend Weekly. And then the selections from the 5th Street Baptist Church and a warm welcome by LaTanya Williams. And all those revelations, the selection. And no one that was there will ever forget Northeast Missionary Baptist Church. This choir directed by our own Debbie Barnett. And then the Langston University Chorale under the direction of our own Benita Franklin. How it warmed our hearts. Thank you, Alan Washington and your committee, for a fabulous Songs of Our People. Today's show is being brought to you by Gates Barbershop. Gates Barbershop is located at 2609 North Martin Luther King in Oklahoma City. Mr. Gates, in spite of the rain, is there, and he's ready to give you that haircut so you will look good during the last Sunday in February. You want to look good, and Mr. Gates is going to see to it that you look good. Well, this has certainly been a busy week for me, and I would like once again to thank all of you for giving me the opportunity to tell my story. What did Langston Hughes say? Someday somebody's going to talk about me. And then he said it will be me myself. I would like to thank the students of John Marshall High School. Oh, what a day. I had the opportunity on yesterday to go home to John Marshall High School. Home, where I spent 19 years teaching United States history, black history, and government. I had the opportunity to see the color guard bring in the United States flag and the Oklahoma flag. And Marquita Yarbar and Marcel Sullivan served as the mistress and master of ceremony. But I heard a voice. Have you ever heard Tori Robinson sing? Tori Robinson has a voice that you hear once in 100 years. And I want to have her on this show so you can hear. Had the opportunity to see an African ensemble in the battle. And I was introduced by Carla Reed. Many of you will remember her because she represented AXO 2 years. We took her to New York and to Baltimore. I had the opportunity to speak to our young people at John Marshall, and I cannot tell you how they received me so warmly, and I'm very, very grateful. And last night they did the real thing. They defeated Duncan in basketball. Who can remember, who will ever forget John Marshall High School? I would like to take this opportunity to thank Mrs. Cook and Mrs. White. Not only that, I had the opportunity to see some of my co-workers, Mr. Warrior and Mr. Garrett. Oh, it was a day, and they prepared a special luncheon for us that we really appreciate. Thank you so very kindly. I also had the opportunity this week to go to Muskogee, home to Muskogee. I had the opportunity to speak to the employees of the Veterans Memorial Hospital in Muskogee, and to once again see the Black History Club of Muskogee High School and watch them perform, to hear their poems, to see their dances, and most of all, to hear their songs. I would like to thank you, thank you, thank you. But oh, yesterday was a day that I will never forget because it was a day in which I had the opportunity to reflect back on black history. I'd gone to the Oklahoma Department of Agriculture to their annual recognition luncheon. I had heard and I had seen the 2001 recognition recipients, Mr. Norman Buford, Bufford of Crescent, Oklahoma, Mr. Herbert Prince, Sr. of Elmo City, Oklahoma, Mrs. Willie L. Goff from Bixby, Oklahoma, Mr. Paul Hunt from Boley, Oklahoma. I had the opportunity to see once again the Honorable Dennis Howard, the Commissioner of Agriculture, Willard Tillman, the President of Langston University, and others. And I had the opportunity to hear Mr. Reed, who's the Chief Natural Resources Conservation Service representative from Washington, D.C. What a week. What a week. In Muskogee, I forgot to tell you that Dr. Bryce Bliss, who is the executive director of the Veterans Administration Memorial Hospital there, gave us some warm words of welcome. We had the opportunity to hear Dr. J.S. Chandler, and most of all, I was introduced by one of my friends, Mrs. Carol Wade, and I'm so proud of Carol, and I want to tell you something. Carol Wade becomes the first black that I know of in Oklahoma that owns her own her own. Listen to this. I want to tell you that she has her own trophy company. Carol bought the All Star Trophies Company in Muskogee, Oklahoma, becoming the only person in Muskogee County to own a trophy company. And her story is one of cooperation between blacks and whites. Because when this white lady's health began to fail her, she decided that she was going to sell her trophy business that she had built up through the years. And she sold it to Carol Wade, Carol Embry Wade. And those of you that are thinking about trophies, from now on, I want to give you Carol's number. It's 1-918-687-5233. This is the Clara Luper radio show, and this portion of our radio show is being brought to you by your Allstate agent, Merlin Hildred. Now, if you need some insurance or you want somebody to look at your policies, that's what I have to do because I don't know anything about the insurance business. I go to people that know. Let Merlin look at your insurance, and maybe you need some life insurance, some automobile insurance, whatever you need, be sure and call Merlin. The telephone number is 843-0811. She's located at 730 North Britton Road in Oklahoma City. Johnson Shardinas, located at 1643 Northeast 50th Street in Oklahoma City. That telephone number is 424-4656. She will pick up your babies, she picks up and delivers, and she does it professionally. 424-4656. Johnson Shardinas, owned by Mrs. Gloria Matthews and Mr. Paul Matthews. Be sure and tell them you heard it on the Clara Luper radio show. When the rain falls, it's time to eat your barbecue. And boy, we have a barbecue sale on today. Tom's Barbecue, 2504 Northeast 10th Street. Go there and get you some barbecue. And you can get some baked beans, some potato salad, macaroni salad. You can get sweet potato pie. Oh, my gracious. All at Tom's Barbecue, 2504 Northeast 10th Street. And tell them you heard it on the Clara Luper radio show. Hometown is located at 2001 Northeast 23rd Street. It's open 24 hours for your convenience, and you can take care of grocery business there. Dr. A.L. Dowell is located at 934 Northeast 8th Street. The telephone number is 235-0536, and his office will be open on Monday. Today's program is a very special program because it's a continuation of a celebration. And when you celebrate, you have something to really celebrate about. And certainly we have something to celebrate about. We have something to talk about. And I do have a surprise for you today. You will never forget this radio program. You'll be telling everybody, I heard it on the Clara Luper radio show. I had the opportunity yesterday to attend the first annual Black History program sponsored by the employees of the Carter Connection Center. And when I tell you that theme was in unity there is strength, I want you to believe me. The lovely Mr. Pete served as the mistress of ceremony, and I didn't know John Bowen could pray like he did yesterday. There was words of welcome by Judy Coleman and a selection by the CCC Ensemble. Now, this is what I want you to hear because it's happened yesterday. And I don't know how they did it, but they sang my favorite song. They tore it up, and I want to share it with you. Come with me now out to the Employee Committee's recognition where they recognize Black history and listen to the songs of our people. What about that? What about that? And I do have something else for you, too. I want you to listen to one more, please.
Sweet chariot, coming for to carry me home. Sweet chariot, coming for to carry me home. Swing low, sweet chariot, coming for to carry me home. Swing low, sweet chariot, coming for to carry me home.
I looked over Jordan, what did I see?
Coming for to carry me home.
The band of angels coming after me.
Coming for to carry me home. Swing low, sweet chariot, coming for to carry me home. Swing low, sweet chariot, coming for to carry me home.
I'm sometimes up and I'm sometimes down.
Coming for to carry me home.
Sometimes I feel that I'm heaven bound.
Coming for to carry me home. Swing low, sweet chariot, coming for to carry me home. Swing low, sweet chariot, coming for to carry me home.
If you'll get to heaven before I do,
Coming for to carry me home.
tell my friends that I'm coming there too.
Coming for to carry me home. Swing low, sweet chariot, coming for to carry me home. Swing low, sweet chariot, coming for to carry me home. Swing low, sweet chariot, coming for to carry me home. Swing low, sweet chariot, coming for to carry me
Now that sounded good, Mom. That sounded good. That's an outstanding group. Now, what's the name of that group, Mom?
That is the ensemble out to Roosevelt Turner's and Miss Noble's Center. That's what I call it, but it's really not that. It's where all of our agencies are together.
You mean all our state agencies?
Don't pin me
don't
down.
pin
Ken.
you down.
Don't
Well, Mom,
pin
let me
me
say
down.
good morning to you. It's such a fantastic deal today to be a part of the Clara Luper Radio Show because this is a special day, you know. And every Saturday morning, like Reverend Drinkwater was saying, rain, sleet, or snow. We're here on the Clara Luper Radio Show, and we want our listeners to know that this is a special time of the show when you get an opportunity to write down the phone number in case we have some call in 672 1220.
We're going to have
We're
plenty
going to have
calls
some
into
call ins.
because
Then we
when
have
we
a lot
finish,
to talk about.
you asked me a question, Calvin.
Yes,
I
I
told you.
did.
Let me answer. That was the Carter Connection Center. And Mrs. Dolores Pryor and others really did a terrific job. I would like to thank Mr. Roosevelt Turner and Miss Norma Noble.
Oh, Roosevelt, he trained the choir because I love that
no,
bass
he
voice.
did trade. Don't give him credit.
Don't
He
give him
did
undue
not.
credit.
No, Norma Nova and others. I would like for you to know about that. It's the Carter Connection Center located on Northeast 23rd Street in Oklahoma City. And speaking of families, yesterday, one of the leading fathers and citizens in this community died. Mr. Claude Bowie Sr. died at Baptist Hospital yesterday. Many of you will know him through his children. God has blessed he and his wife with the following children: Claude Bowie Jr. From Dallas, Texas, Antoinette Durnett from Dallas, Texas, Claudette, we call her Cookie, of Oklahoma City, Benita Bowie, Oklahoma City, Lewan Bowie of Dallas, Texas, Rose Bowie, a former Miss Black Oklahoma contestant from Orlando, Florida. And Calvin, I want to tell you something. Rose Bowie is now the vice president of a company, becoming the first female to be president of that big company. It has to do with computers, and the first black. We are so proud of her.
Indeed, indeed, indeed.
Yvonne Brown of the Colony, Texas, Bernadine Ritchie of Louisville, Texas, Marquita Gabriel of Oklahoma City, Tony Reese of the Colony, Texas, and Dakota Bowie of Los Angeles, California. Now, when we think of Claude Bowie, we got to think in terms of his family, especially his sisters, Lutencia Williams of Oklahoma City, Charlene Rito of Spence, Oklahoma, Bertha Wilson of Oklahoma City, Gus Bowie Jr. of Los Angeles, California, Marie Payne of Oklahoma City, Mildred Lehman of Oklahoma City, and Mildred always listened to the Clara Luper radio show, Josephine Bowie of Oklahoma City, and Shirley Russa of Dallas, Texas. Now, funeral services are being handled by the Temple Funeral Home, and we will keep you posted on that. We extend our sincere sympathy to the Bowie family. Clara Luper reported. Calvin, last week we talked about black history. And this week I've had the opportunity to speak to many groups, integrated groups, about black history. And I'm so tired of white people telling me they can't understand black history. When they tell me that, I tell them I can't understand white history. I cannot understand. There are so many things that I cannot understand. I cannot understand why a black cow can eat green grass and give white milk. But, as my daddy said, don't, while you're trying to understand it, pass the milk and I'll drink it. I don't understand why white people would write a document like all men are created equal and then wouldn't consider black men as men. I can't understand it. I can't understand why the white people that wrote the 14th Amendment could not understand that all citizens born in the United States are citizens. So when I get through with them, they don't ask me no questions, and thank you. And I don't have to worry about being invited back.
Well, you know, Mom, when we look back at history, we see that the founding fathers are those persons who were there, then in leadership roles, but they were definitely affected by the black people that they came in close association with, by their slaves, by their midwives, by the people that ran their plantations in many instances. And these were black people. So even though they didn't say it on the piece of paper, deep within their hearts, I know that their concerns had to be about what the people that was helping to make them rich and famous and rich and so
Well, they
forth.
spoke in different ways. The
Right.
white men on the plantation spoke with their sperms, as their sperms,
Well, I'm teaching a history
or
teacher.
as their
you
sperms
you want
went in and
now we need a
fertilized
doctor to
black
understand.
eggs and came up with mulattoes. Don't tell me anything
Well, black
about
history
that.
is
Black
white
history
history.
is white history,
White
and you
history
cannot
has to be
separate
a
them.
part
Right.
of black history.
It's
but then
all
the red
a
history
part
too,
of it.
Mom.
Yes,
This is a beautiful
but
month.
Calvin, we are saluting the preachers, and I would like to thank all of you that called in last week and told me about your preachers, because as you study black history, you will realize that the churches played an important part in black history.
Well,
Tell
actually, the
me,
church was about the only place where we could meet, where we could get together and discuss not only religious issues, but the issues of the day on the plantation, the issues of the day in the so-called ghettos, the issues of the day in our cities. The church is the meeting place where great minds get together and help solve the community problems. And the black minister, boy, that's a tough man. That's a tough man. He has to be tough, not only to deal with his flock, but to deal with the many problems that exist outside of the church.
well, the black ministers have played a role in the development of our history, and that's why tomorrow at 3:30 p.m. I'm inviting all of you to Fifth Street Baptist Church, where you will hear Dr. Julius Clay,
Dr.
the
Julius
Clay,
Clay.
the
Okay.
pastor of Cleves CME Church in Oklahoma City. He's new in Oklahoma City. And Calvin, he's a member of the Omega Psi Phi fraternity.
Oh, great man, then. Great man.
Oh,
Great
he's a
potential.
great man,
Great
ain't he?
man. Great potential.
We-
Great. I'm looking forward to hearing his speech. I'm also looking forward to meeting him. Now, this will be at 3:30 at Fifth Street Baptist Church
Yes.
at 801 Northeast Fifth Street
Right.
here in Oklahoma City.
Well,
Okay.
Nard Brown, the president of the Omega Psi Phi fraternity here in Oklahoma
Say it
City.
again, Mom.
Nard Brown, the
Okay.
president, and incidentally, is one of my former students, is now president of the
Another
Omega.
great man.
Of the Omega Psi Phi fraternity. And he said the Omega brothers will be there to support their brothers. And they also invited, along with the Cleve family, to have lunch with us at Fifth Street Baptist Church. Mrs. Lucille Williams Miss Lucille Williams tells me that she has prepared a meal that's out of sight. And Calvin, I know what she's cooking, some chicken and dumplings.
Chicken and dumplings.
It is
Oh, that sounds
unbelievable.
good. Well,
And
she's had ample opportunity to learn how to cook because, Brother Portwood makes sure that she does her very best when she's
well,
in that
she has the
kitchen.
food there. Anybody can
Portwood
cook when
Jr.
the
and
person
Donna
bring the food in.
and Shirley. All of
And I
Well,
remember,
last week was a different reception that we got here on the radio when we were talking about the black preachers. So let's invite the people. Let's open up the lines.
okay,
Again,
let's open up the lines after I tell
672
everybody.
1220.
You're invited to Fifth Street Baptist Church, and I would like to tell you
At 11
about the
o'clock,
whole.
too?
Yes, you're invited. Reverend Coleman's going to preach a good old
Reverend
short.
Brian Coleman, future Omega.
He's going. He's going to preach a very special sermon tomorrow in Alma Faye, Washington. Our attorney has a surprise for us, and I can hardly wait to see tomorrow. But anyway, tomorrow I'm reminding the Fifth Street family. I asked you for something last Sunday, and I know you're going to do it. But Calvin, before we go any further, I want you to know that on
672.
Sunday at Fifth Street Baptist Church, we are honoring all of the ministers that came out of Fifth Street Baptist Church. And I don't believe anyone out there in radio land can tell me the number of ministers that came out of Fifth Street Baptist Church. Now, what I mean, they were called to preach while they were members of Fifth Street Baptist Church. The telephone number is 672-1220. All I need to know is the number of ministers that came out of the Fifth Street
May I
Baptist.
make a wild guess?
Yes.
Okay, 6.
Oh, Kevin, you
Okay.
can't. It is
That's
a wild guess.
guess.
It is a
Okay.
wild guess.
Well, Mom,
And-
also, not only do we want to know the number of ministers that come out of Fifth Street Baptist Church, but we want to know about your minister. We want to hear from you about your minister and the job that he's
Providing
doing.
you didn't call last week.
Providing you didn't call
If you
last
called last week,
Well,
we want some new ones. We want to give
672.
everybody a chance, because last week I really got fussed at last week
Now you
because
did.
they told me I mistreated Geraldine Downing
Now you did.
because I wouldn't
I
let
wonder
her
what was
talk.
that minister's name.
I'm not going
You're not
to
gonna
tell you.
say?
about it because we have so far last week you gave us a name of 20 ministers, and we'll see what you will do this
And you know,
week.
Mom, we're very fortunate this weekend. And look what we have over in the control room with us.
Who's on
we
who's on the
we
board?
pulled him out Monday through Friday. We got him out here on a Saturday morning over in the control room, and that's one of our growing young ministers here in Oklahoma City, Reverend Whitaker. Reverend Whitaker, thanks so much for being out here. We're ready to go. 672-1220. And the name of the group that did the singing, will they be at Fifth Street?
No, they will not
They
be.
won't be.
Some of them will be visiting us,
Okay.
but they will really be performing. We are going to. Oh, that group was out of sight.
Well, you know, as
The-
part of Black History Month, too, Mom, is continue. Do you have any other speaking engagements that you would like to share with us? Because, you know, everyone loves to hear you speak. Now, you
Oh,
mentioned
not
that John,
everyone, Calvin.
well, I mean,
Not
from the
everyone.
reception and the
I'll
reaction
be.
that I've
I was
heard.
scheduled to go to Tulsa today, but because of the weather, I doubt if I will make it. But I will be, thanks to Claudette Goss, who works for the State Department of Education. I will be at the University of Central Oklahoma.
That's today?
Yes, I'll have lunch out there, and I'll have the opportunity
Uh-oh.
to speak.
Speaking lunch, that's going to be good.
Oh,
I hope them white people listen. I really hope I hope everybody listens
okay.
and pay attention to Clara Luper, who's spoken in Guam and all parts of the West. Okay, go, Mom. This is a
Okay.
call on the line.
Hello.
How are you doing?
I would like to salute Reverend H.A. Walker.
Reverend H.A. Walker. Let's see. Reverend
American-
Walker's with what church?
The True Vine Baptist Church,
And where is that?
3701 Spencer Road.
Oh,
Reverend
okay.
H.A. Walker. You know, I wonder what that A stands for. Do you know? Caller?
What did you say?
What does the A stand for in H.A. Walker?
You know, I don't know.
Okay, well, thank you so very
Okay.
kindly. Reverend H.A. Walker has been saluted. This is
Wonderful.
672-1220. I ask you, how many ministers have come out of Fifth Street Baptist Church? Tomorrow, according to Mrs. Martha Fisher, these ministers will be honored. And those of you that are related to the ministers, and I'm going to call their names before we go off the air.
Let me see the list. Let me see the list so I can make a better guess.
Oh, I'm not going to do that.
Okay.
The telephone number is 672-1220. Okay, I can
let's see
start. I
where-
believe I'll just start naming these ministers
The ministers from Fifth Street Baptist Church?
that came out of that
That
became
came out.
ministers during the time they were members of Fifth Street Baptist Church. Reverend H.A. Walker, Reverend Bratton, Reverend Blacksingill, Reverend Nash, Reverend Fain, Reverend Howard, Reverend Muse, Reverend Eason, Reverend Heath, Reverend Jones, Reverend Roberts, Reverend Zachary, Reverend Mitchell, Reverend Roth Jr., Henry Roth Jr., and Reverend Richardson.
Reverend Weekly was.
Reverend Weekly was preaching before he came to Fifth
Oh,
Street.
okay.
I'm talking about those that came out of Fifth Street Baptist.
Well, that's really a
Church.
legacy in itself, isn't it?
Yes, those people will be honored, and if you are a relative of any of those that I call their names, be sure and be there tomorrow. Although some of them sleep in yonder's grave, we will never forget them, and they will be honored tomorrow. The telephone number is 672-1220
That's if you want to share about your minister, right?
if you want to be
Okay.
sure and call us. If you're proud of your minister. Now, some people say you don't need a minister until you die or you get married, but I don't believe that because I know you. Okay, here we are. We are ready? Hello?
Hello?
Yes.
Miss Luper, I'd like to pay tribute to my pastor, which is Reverend Booker T. Marshall at Plainview Baptist Church.
At what church?
Plainview Baptist Church,
Where is that located?
7105 North Kelly.
Or is he a good one?
Yes, he is.
Okay, and what is your name?
Leonard Blair.
Mr. Blair, thank you so much for saluting your minister.
Thank you, Miss Luper.
Leonard Gullen. Plainview Baptist Church. That's that new church, isn't that a new church?
No, that's not a new
7501 North
church.
Kelly.
That's a real nice church.
Okay, well, don't know or ask, and that's one reason I listen to the Clara Luper radio show, because if I don't know, I know that I will find it out here, 1220 on your AM dial, especially on a Saturday morning like today, a beautiful Saturday, rainy morning. Makes you appreciate just waking up and going outside and to feel the rain. Thank you so much for being a caller here live and in living color on the Clara Luper radio show. What's going on? How may we help you?
I would like to salute Dr. Malcolm W. Colby of the Victory Temple Church of God in Christ.
And Dr.
I think he is the best pastor in Oklahoma City.
You do?
Yes, I do.
And what is your name?
My name is Eva Kindred.
And where is your church located?
6 and Bath.
And you think he's the best in Oklahoma
I think
City?
he's the best in Oklahoma City. He's a very good pastor, preacher, teacher, friend. He's very good.
Well, thank
Dr.
you.
Malcolm W. What does the W stand
Colby. Malcolm Winslow Colby.
for? Malcolm.
She's
okay,
sorry,
we got
Clara.
it,
You
got
didn't
it.
get it. Thank you
Okay.
so very kindly.
All right, moving right along. This other caller's ready with their minister. How are you doing this morning? Thank you for
Hello.
calling the Clara Luper Radio Show. Hello.
Well, I would like to salute Mrs. Your mother. I've just admired her. She's just an outstanding lady.
But I'm not a minister. You tell me
I know,
about your
but
minister.
I want to salute my pastor, Bishop W.M.J. Pfizer.
Oh, yes.
Yes, and he's a pastor of Church of God, 1628 Northeast 50th.
Okay.
Yes, and thank you. God
Thank
bless.
you. Thank you for giving Mom that compliment. You know, this has
No,
been
thank you for giving Bishop Pfizer
there's
a
a
compliment.
Bishop Pfizer. I should have asked what those initials stood for, but I'm not going to.
Okay.
We got a special comment coming on from Reverend Whitaker. I wonder what his initials are.
I'm not
He's
telling.
not telling. Hey man,
Good
thanks so much for
morning.
being out here with us. this
Good morning. It's a pleasure to be here this wonderful Saturday morning, and I would like to salute. I have like two pastors.
No, you can't
No, you
salute.
I
can't
can't
one.
have two. Can't salute but one.
That's right.
Can't salute but one.
No matter what you're
I
doing
would
over
like
there,
to
just
salute
one.
my pastor, even though I'm pastor, and I still honor my pastor, who I began pastoring out from under. That's none other than the Superintendent W.C. Bradley of the Zion Temple Church of God in Christ, 11820 Northeast 41st Street in Spencer.
What's his
The
name again?
Superintendent W.C. Bradley, and I'm not going to tell you
Not
the
the-
middle name.
What does the C stand for? We don't want.
Is he a good
Superintendent.
pastor?
He's an absolutely good pastor, and we thank God for him. He's the reason, God, by intervention of God's will, he's the reason why I moved from Denver, Colorado, my home, to Oklahoma City.
Well, thank you.
That's
thank
why
you,
I'm
because
here.
You've been nothing but an asset here in Oklahoma City. You know, you do a fantastic job Monday through Fridays, and especially this beautiful February Saturday morning.
God bless you.
Hey, man, let's go on to the line. Got to say that, Mom. You know, you got to keep the control room happy. But Reverend Whitaker, he does it. He's really part of the wheel here at KTLV 1220 on your AM dial. Hard job, a lot of people to deal with. Hey, but he can handle it. Thank you, Superintendent, for helping that young man be a powerful young man. We have a caller. Good morning. Thank you for being a part of the Clara Luper Radio Show. How are you doing?
Fine. How are you this morning?
Oh, just terribly fantastic.
Good, good.
How are you?
My name is Burley and Nero.
Burley and Nero.
Yeah.
Hey, how you doing? Welcome,
I
man.
salute my pastor,
Uh-oh.
the best pastor on this side of heaven,
This side.
of the loving St. James Baptist Church.
Okay.
What kind of St. James?
The loving St. James Baptist Church.
Let's see. Where is that?
Don't get us mixed up. The loving, the St. James.
Where is that located?
12600 Parker Heights Boulevard, Spencer, Oklahoma.
And who is the pastor, Burley? You told everything but the pastor.
Reverend Willie B. Parker.
Willie B. Parker.
Yes, sir.
Reverend Willie.
Yes,
Do you
sir.
know where he's from?
Where he's from?
Yes.
Sure, I know where he's from.
Where?
Eagletown.
Yeah, you're exactly
Eagle Town.
right.
I know, that's my pastor.
Okay, can he preach? That's
Can he
amazing.
preach?
That's the
Oh, he
question.
can preach. He can teach. Whatever you need, he can do it. My pastor.
All right, Reverend Parker.
Okay,
Real
have you taken care of your business for tomorrow?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
What kind of business Nero
No,
have
I'm
for
not
tomorrow?
gonna tell you.
That's all right.
He's part of our family.
Yes,
That's Miss
Thank-
Black Oklahoma family and the NACPU
The Miss Black
Council
Oklahoma
family.
pageant will be held next week, March the 3rd, and
Miss
you
Black
are
Oklahoma
invited.
City.
No, Miss Black Oklahoma City pageant will be held. Now, we had a scheduled program practice for today, but young ladies, we are going to practice until Monday at 5 o'clock at Freedom Center, 2609 North Martin Luther King. The theme of the Miss Black Oklahoma City pageant is Spring Flowers, and don't miss it. Today I'm going to give away some tickets. I have two
Oh my
tickets that I'm
goodness.
going to give away.
6,
But
7,
let's
2,
talk
12,
about the
20.
Deltas.
Mom, let's talk about
Let's
this
talk about
caller
the
here.
Deltas.
Oh, okay.
The
Delta Sigma
local
Theta.
members of Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated will be celebrating their 88th birthday of organization on February the 24th to 2000.
That's today.
Delta Sigma Theta sorority was founded on January 13, 1913 by 22 collegiate women at Howard University. The first public act performed by the Delta founders involved their participation in the women's suffrage march in Washington, D.C. in 1913. Delta Sigma Theta was incorporated in 1929. Since 1913, Delta Sigma Theta sorority has supported quality education, providing scholarships and other projects under its 5-point program: physical and mental health, educational development, economic development, international awareness and involvement, and political awareness and involvement. Now, in Oklahoma City, we are so happy that the Delta Sigma Thetas will be celebrating, and I want you to call 427-2697 for details. All Deltas are invited to participate in this anniversary celebration. Now, 427-2697. We are waiting on you to call and salute your pastor. And you can't say that Clara Luper didn't give you a chance, because I'm giving you a chance to celebrate. I would like to remind you that the Miss Black Oklahoma City pageant will be held next Saturday. Mrs. Ford, Miss Ray, and Miss Coleman are inviting the pages to be present on Monday at 5 o'clock. All contestants must be present at 5 o'clock, and we will select Miss Black Oklahoma City and Miss Black Oklahoma County. Calvin, do we have someone on the line?
Yes.
If we do, we are ready to go. We are ready.
You know, this is so much fun here because of the fact that generally, you know, during the course of the radio show, I'll be standing. But thanks to my big feet and a mishap, I'm not that comfortable standing this morning, and the phone lines are lit all up, Mom, and there's a caller.
Okay, well, we want to hear the call.
We're ready.
Okay.
We're ready.
Okay.
Good morning. Thank you for calling, being a part of this, the Clara Luper Radio Show, February 24th, 2001. What's going on?
This is Brother Brooks, Plainview Baptist Church. I left Reverend J. Reed Jr.
Well, you're late. Reverend Reed was selected last week.
Okay, thank you for calling.
You are late.
Thank you for calling.
I'm going to be on time just to eat my
Well, you aren't on time now. You better you get off of this line. What you doing? You've been sleeping on the job.
He's on time with his minister, though. He called that day.
Destiny's Daycare is located here in Oklahoma City at 5200 North Michigan, and you can call Miss Arla M. Dotson at 427-5053.
Good morning. Thank you for being a part of the Clara Luper Radio Show. Know you've called that friend and called that neighbor and told them to be a part of it, but we're so glad that you called and that you're a part of it. Hello. What's happening?
Oh.
I'm talking to you. Hello.
Hello, this is Elder Walker.
Elder Walker.
Yeah, I'm
Thank
Elder
you.
Walker. Sister Clara been knowing me for some time.
That's
But anyway,
exactly right.
I just want to praise this young man you got up there, minister. I want to salute him.
Who?
Because, Elder Whitaker.
Oh, you. What church?
Well, no, yes, Elder
What
Whitaker.
church?
Huh?
What church?
Elder Whitaker?
Yes.
Oh,
Hello?
Haven. Fairhaven Church of God in Christ.
Okay.
Yes.
Oh,
That's
he's
on
just over there
Diana.
just smiling, ear to ear
But one thing I
smiling.
want to ask you, can he preach?
Can he preach?
Yes.
That's the question.
Well, what you talking about? He can preach and he can teach, and then again, he's a dedicated young man. I just got through praising of him, praising the bridge what brought him across, Elder W.C. Bradley. And I never will forget
So
that. Some people
he's
also
mentioned two
forget
people.
you. They'll forget you for what you did.
Okay.
You are in that bracket.
Now,
so
let
they'll
me tell you,
forget-
wait a minute.
Huh?
Don't talk about Clara Luper.
All
now.
right, I'm
You
gonna
just
leave her
talk about
alone.
Elder Whitaker. Thank you.
Way
If
to
you
go.
want to know about Clara Luper, pick up a Black Chronicle and read about me this
Yeah,
week.
some
I ain't
kind
got
of
the-
article.
Yeah, I
Okay.
know.
That's some kind of
Look at
article in
Whitaker
there,
is
Mom.
just smiling. I don't know. Someone saluted Elder Whitaker. I want to hear him preach.
I
Calvin.
do too,
I'm
Mom.
telling you.
I've seen him preparing his
And you
lessons
better be
and
careful what you
preparing
say,
his
because
sermons.
you say you represent the we can't singers,
I do.
and you say that somebody can't preach.
No,
Yeah, so, yes, you did. You say we have no Oklahoma City,
Everybody
we
can't preach. Everybody
Okay, that's
can't
right,
sing.
because they
Some
haven't
of us
been
can't
called.
even dance.
Okay.
But then what we have is a caller here on the line with their
Okay.
favorite preacher. How are you doing? Thank you for being a part of the show. Are you still
Hello?
with us?
Good morning.
Yes.
This is Edith Henderson.
Edith Henderson. That name sounds familiar.
Yes.
Okay.
How are you all this morning?
Huh?
How are you all this morning?
Oh, we are fine. We want to know, are you saluting your pastor?
Yes, I am.
And what is his name?
I am saluting Pastor Down Dwayne Woody Sr. of the Judah Christian Assembly.
Of what?
Judah Christian Assembly.
Dr. Donald Woody?
Pastor Down Dwayne Woody.
Okay.
And he's from the Judah Christian Assembly.
And where is that?
28 East Main, Edmond Community Center.
Okay.
Yes, and he's a wonderful pastor.
But can he preach?
Oh, he can preach now. He's a national evangelist. He can preach.
He can preach.
He can show enough preach.
There you heard it. Edith
And it's
Henderson
God's
said
word.
it.
If Edith Henderson
Edith-
say, we
she
have
said
to believe it. We got to hear it. Well, boy, we didn't realize we had so many preachers that could preach.
Oh, yeah,
Nah,
he can
that's
preach.
good.
Does he preach a long time?
No, he can say a lot in a short time.
Okay, then. Thank you so much for calling.
Uh-huh.
Thank you, Edith.
Uh-huh.
All righty. Well, I tell you, Mom, it would really be something to make a tour of these churches. We have
got
to
to
do
get out.
something
We got to get
for
out.
these ministers.
We are going to do something for
and the
them.
role that they play in the community. I mean, not only on Sunday mornings, but you look at the role that the minister plays Monday through Sunday. That's.
Well, next week
outstanding.
we are
That's a
going to
difficult job.
we're going to tell everybody what we are going to do.
I got a
next
minister
week.
that no one has mentioned yet. A
Well,
good friend of mine.
Okay, well,
Can I say it? Can I say it? Reverend Tucker? There's no way we could get by this Saturday.
Reverend Tucker has been mentioned.
Oh, okay. That was last
Reverend
week. I wanted to
Tucker,
mention it this
that's
week.
right. Reverend Tucker of the New Zion Baptist Church was mentioned last week.
Okay,
And
well,
Kelvin,
just
don't
say it
cheat on
again.
me.
Don't cheat on-
Don't cheat on me.
Okay,
The
well.
telephone number is what? What's our telephone number?
672-1220. If you use your mobile phone, still call 672-1220. Star 1220. That's it. That'll
Happy
do.
anniversary to
Happy
the Delta
anniversary.
Sigma Theta sorority.
DST.
Call 427-24. Get it down now. 427. Tell them, Calvin, about that number to call.
The number that you have to call to be a part of the birthday celebration of the Delta Sigma Theta Sorority, Inc. Because this is their 88th birthday. That phone number is, where is that phone number? There it is, 427-2697 for more details. 427-2697. And the Oklahoma City chapter will be a part of this great celebration. And this is the 25th year of the existence of Delta Sigma Theta at this chapter here in Oklahoma City. I think of Mrs. Sloss and the many other Deltas, but particularly Mrs. Sloss, because she loved her some Delta Sigma Theta locally, nationally, and regionally.
Who?
Minerva Sloss.
Oh, yes,
Yes,
yeah, that's
okay.
right. This is a Clara Luper radio show. Hello?
The Lord. I would like to salute my pastor and wife.
No, we aren't saluting any wives now.
I thought
Pastor
I was
and
gonna
wife.
get into it. Okay, Bishop Bob Thomas,
Bishop Bob Thomas.
Yes.
Bob Thomas.
Of what church?
Paradise Temple Pentecostal Holiness.
Okay. Is that in Oklahoma
1404
City?
Northeast Euclid.
What's the address?
1404 Northeast Euclid.
Okay.
Oklahoma City.
Oklahoma City.
Now,
Okay.
can he preach?
He can't be beat.
He can't be beat.
No, he can't.
He can preach.
He can
Yes.
preach. He can't be beat.
He can't be beat. And Bishop, we got to hear that Bishop.
Well,
Bishop who
most
now?
certainly, we wish you would come.
Bishop who?
Beg your pardon?
What's his name?
Bishop Bob Thomas.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
And your
Wife
name?
Rosa Thomas.
And your name?
Sarah Holloway.
Well, Sarah Holloway, if you told us he could preach, I believe he can preach
I
because
know
you
he
told
can.
us.
I know he can.
know he
Okay,
can. All
okay.
right.
Well, thank you so very kindly.
Let's move along, Mom, so we can get
Okay.
this other call in
Okay.
right quick. Because everybody knows that on the Clara Luper radio show, you're going to hear about the best. And you just hearing about the best preachers. And all of them so far, and anybody said that they can't preach. Now, I wonder if we get a caller that said, no, my minister can't preach. That would really be a
preacher's too
call,
loud.
wouldn't
Okay,
it?
hello.
Let's try this caller. How you doing this morning? Welcome, and thank you for being a part of the show. Okay.
I like Matthew McDaniel.
Hey, Matthew.
I want to put him in one of the greatest preachers of all time, Bishop R.S. Morgan.
Bishop R.
R.S. Morgan.
Church of the Living God.
Oh.
That's here in Oklahoma City?
Yes.
Now, is this Matthew McDonald we talking to? Is this Fluky?
One of our
That's true.
one of our
This is Brother
honorees.
Fluky.
That's true.
How you doing this morning,
All
Fluky?
good.
He's gonna
Good.
come and
Enjoy
eat dinner with
yourself
us
so
at
much.
Fifth Street tomorrow.
Okay.
You say Bishop Morgan?
Yes.
From what church?
R.S. Morgan, Church of the Living God, 35th and Kelly.
Okay.
And he can preach.
Well, he doesn't pass that. He just good for everything besides preaching.
No, we don't want everything besides preaching. We want to know about his preaching ability.
he's
Can he
great
really
at-
He
preach?
preached so well,
the
he preached
greatest.
past the preaching.
He's
Yeah, I
right.
said he's greatest. That's why.
Look,
He is
you-
really-
Brother McDonald, Daniels, thank you so much for being a part of the Clara Luper Radio Show.
All right. Thank
February,
you for this.
Black History Month. Thank you, thank you,
All right.
thank you.
We really have some outstanding hostesses tomorrow.
So he can preach
And-
past the preaching.
During our luncheon tomorrow, we have some outstanding hostesses: Angel Cooper, Marie Weekly, Alma Washington, Mrs. Ackery, Donna Weekly, LaShonda Coleman, Reverend Weekly, Don Cooper, Portwood Williams, Mr. Cottrell, Mr. Coleman, Patricia Kelly, Frank Mitchell, David Miles, Gene Ford, Calvin Whitaker, Clay Jones, and I could go on. But
Oh,
I
this
won't
is
tell
at
you
Fifth
honestly.
Street Church,
At
huh?
Fifth Street Church, and I can only wait.
11
because
o'clock or 3:15.
At 11 o'clock, the pastor will preach at 11 o'clock. And then from preaching, you will go into a Black History luncheon. And when we say Black History, Fifth Street, we are talking about turkey, we are talking about chicken, we are talking about ducks, chitlins.
Chicken and
We're
dumplings,
talking
I
about
heard.
one of the members told me, Miss Luper, I'm gonna bring some hot links. Well, I think every member of Fifth Street Church is bringing something, and that's all part of the family.
Looking forward
Okay.
to that.
Okay.
You know, I must compliment you, and it's rare that I've been reading the Black Chronicle a long time, and that's such a beautiful article.
That is a
in this
beautiful
week's
article.
Black Chronicle.
I
mean,
guess I better order about 50 of them.
You better
and send
order
them
them.
all
I'm
across
sure
the
that
country.
they
That's
would
some
appreciate
article.
it.
I love that.
How
But
we doing over there, Brother Whitaker? We got a call there? What happened? Oh, we kicked the phone loose.
the Delta
We got
Sigma
a call. We're at
Theta
Delta
sorority
Sigma
celebrate. The Delta Sigma Theta sorority is celebrating their 88th birthday
Birthday
today.
celebration. Good morning. Thank you for being a part of the Clara Luper Radio Show, live and in beautiful, living, wet color here at the radio station, 1220 on your AM. How you doing?
Good morning.
Good morning.
I'm calling about my pastor, Reverend A. Glenn Woodbury of the Greater Mount Olive Baptist Church.
Reverend who?
A. Glenn Woodbury.
A. Glenn. What does the A stand for?
I don't know.
Yeah. Reverend A. Glenn Woodbury.
And what is that
church was
address?
1020 Northeast 42nd
that?
Street.
What's the name of that church?
Greater Mount Olive Baptist Church.
Now, I want to know, can he preach?
He can preach, sing, and pray.
Okay, now you went detail. I'm not talking about the one that can pray, because I know a preacher
Well, he
that
can
prays.
preach. He's a real good.
He's a real good preacher.
Right.
Okay, I understand he had an anniversary recently.
Right, this week.
Oh,
Okay,
wonderful.
way
Well,
to go.
congratulations to Reverend Woodbury, and I really appreciate his support. And you say he can
He
preach.
can.
And what is your name?
Lois Westbrook.
Okay, Miss Westbrook.
Say that.
You're Miss West. I'm not going to question her.
She don't know what the A mean, but she know he can preach.
She know he can preach, and I know she can hardly wait until tomorrow to hear him preach. This
Okay.
is the Clara Luper Radio Show, and you may call. We have time for 3 more calls, 672-1220 here in Oklahoma City.
Well, we're ready, Mom. You ready?
Yes.
Good morning. Welcome to the show. Hello. Welcome to the show. How are you? Huh?
Okay, we speak out. We can't hear you.
Okay, we better go on. Reverend Whitaker. Reverend Whitaker say, don't nobody outdo me.
Calvin Hush.
Oh, Calvin Hush. Now, I'm on the line here. How you doing? Welcome.
Hello?
Yes, welcome.
I'm a welcome my pastor.
Okay.
My pastor is M.L. Tucker.
Oh, you're late.
See?
Reverend Tucker. M.L. Now, it's 2 Tuckers, Calvin.
M.L. Tucker. Okay.
From what church?
Pilgrim Rest.
Oh, no, he hadn't called. That's a different Tucker that was called last week. M.L. Tucker from,
This Tucker on Kelly.
and where's it located?
It's on Cold Train.
On Coltrane.
63rd and Coltrane.
Where in Coltrane?
63rd and Coltrane.
Now, I want to know, can he preach? Now, I know he can
Yes,
sing
he
because I've
can
never
preach.
seen a tucker that couldn't sing, but can he preach?
Yes, he can preach.
And what is your name?
My name is Geraldine Watt.
Geraldine what?
Watt.
Okay, I'm not questioning you. If you say he can preach, he
Well,
can
hush,
preach.
Miss Walsh. You said, Miss Watts, you said it. Hush now. We going on.
Okay, this is the Clara Luper radio show. Calvin, we have somebody else on the line.
We're down to 2. Boy, this has been something. Good morning. Thank you for being a part of the radio show this morning. How are you doing?
I'm blessed this morning.
Indeed.
I'm trying to give a praise to my pastor, Louis F. Bell.
Louis L. Bell.
Oh, what church?
New Capernaum Christian Center.
New what?
New Capernaum Christian Center.
I saw that word in the Bible somewhere.
New Capernaum. Where is that located?
601 Northwest 23rd.
Okay.
We be on radio 12 o'clock Monday morning.
Oh, okay.
But I want to
What
know,
radio?
can he preach?
All day long.
Oh, no, I'm not going to come here and preach. We're going to preach all day long because I'd like to have lunch.
Well, he's
Now,
just full of the word.
he's full of the word.
Yes, ma'am.
I don't know nothing about preaching, but I do know I'm from Hoffman, and if only one hog would come to be fed, I wouldn't give him all the hog's food. Okay, now, can he preach?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, and your name?
Lloyd Gilden, Brother Gilden.
Brother who?
Gilden.
Gilden.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, well, Brother Gilden, you say he can preach, and you
Yes,
told
ma'am.
us the church was located at 601 Northwest 23rd Street. Okay.
We've got to do something special for these ministers.
We're going to do something special
and
for
I
the
know the
minister.
Clara Luper Radio Show, we always coming up with something original and good. And next Saturday, we will announce that.
What we
But
going to
you
do
know,
for those? Oh, yes,
Something
yes.
special will happen. Thank you all for participating in that. This has been a beautiful Black History Month.
Well, I want to ask you a question.
Ask me.
I want to ask you about Dr. Clay, who's going to speak at 5th Street tomorrow at 3:30.
Dr.
Can he
Clay.
preach?
Can he preach? Now, Mom, that'll be my first time hearing him preach, but he is an Omega, so I know he's going to be saying something there that we all can take home with us and can learn from and help build our lives on. But this is a special week here. I'm celebrating, really celebrating. Last week, was an outstanding week. But nothing like this week because Leroy Campbell is celebrating his birthday. Johnny Finley celebrated his birthday. Bishop Lawson Jr. celebrates his birthday this week. And Artie Hayes Hopkins celebrates her birthday.
And
Somebody
Calvin
told me during the course of the
Lewis.
week that I need to not sing and try rap. But I haven't had any practice on that, and I've been under instructions.
Well, why would they want you to rap and you're a singer?
I don't know, Mom. It's tough out here, but I'm going to try that rap one of these days. But right now, I got to practice, and I got to show you.
You can't
what we
practice
learned.
on my show.
Okay, you
You
ready?
got to be a professional, can't sing it.
Happy birthday to you, Leroy. Happy birthday, Johnny. Happy birthday, Bishop Lawson. Happy birthday, Artie Hopkins. And may you, along with Delta Sigma Theta, have many, many more.
This is the Clara Luper Radio Show, and this week we have saluted our ministers. As we celebrate the Black history, we cannot neglect our responsibility. You know that you are somebody. You are somebody because God made you, and God does not make any mistakes. And therefore, if I'm asking you to stay out of trouble, let's not become known as thieves and thugs and walking around with our pants hanging over, just like we don't know the purpose of pants. Because you can't walk you can't walk upright when your pants is going downward. I would like to urge all of you to stay out of trouble. And Calvin, let me congratulate John Marshall that stomped Duncan last night. Go, John Marshall, you Bears. Go, go, go.
And the word for the week is?
This is Clara Luper, and I want to tell you, if you have any flowers to give to anybody, give them while you live. And Calvin, the Bowies, Mr. Claude Bowie's birthday was day before yesterday, and in spite of the fact that he was real sick, the kids came and gave him balloons, and they brought a cake and celebrated with
Sweet
Claude
family, sweet
Bowie
business.
has gone home to be with God, and his funeral services will be announced. This is Clara Luper saying, whatever you do and whatever wherever you go, buy a Black Chronicle and read about Clara Luper this week. And don't forget, last week you bought and you subscribed for the Ebony Tribune. And thank you for this. This is Clara Luper saying, whatever happened, stay out of trouble. Bye-bye.
And we'd like to thank each and every one of you for tuning in to the Clara Luper Show. Join Sister Clara Luper here each and every Saturday from 9 until 10 at your number one gospel station, KTLV. And until next Saturday, may God bless you.
And the views and opinions expressed on the preceding program were not necessarily those of AM Radio 1220 KTLV.
Father, I need your help in a hand.
You're listening to AM 1220